Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to my live broadcast. Today, I am going to be sharing with you live and direct some of what I have done and some of what I will still do. And today is actually the first day this beautiful looking birds arrived on the farm. They got here in the morning. Today being Friday, 1st. Oh no, today is Tuesday, 1st of August, 2023. And there you have it. Those are my birds. They are 200 in number. And you may be wondering, what do I have in the tray? I actually have their feet in the tray. If you have watched my video on the reason why your broiler meat chicken are not growing uniformly or why you have runs, you will see that I made mention of providing adequate feed, at the same time getting them opportunity to feed almost at the same time. So if you take a good look at my trays, I have many trays to cater for almost all of them at the same time, especially if all of them want to eat at the same time. So that is what I have here. And also I have water for them. But since it's their first day, I have a solution that I've already mixed inside. And that solution is glucose. I made glucose solution for them, and the essence of that glucose is just to ensure they have strength, is to improve on their stability. So that is why I have glucose included in their water. Now, the other thing you might be asking me for is, why do I have this? Yes, that's the ritual. That's actually coal pot. I'm using coal pot and charcoal to heat up the room so that the temperature of this room will be maintained. In fact, I'm going to be adding more charcoal so that this one doesn't run out. So I'm adding more charcoal so that that one doesn't run out. And as you can see, look at some of them clustering around here. I did think there is nothing like a means of eating this thing up. They will just hang around the corner of the room. And doing so, it can even lead to mortality because they are going to be resting on each other. So that is the reason why I have to heat up this room, so that the number of mortality is going to be drastically reduced. And another thing worthy of note is that if you take a good look at the bed, I already have it on the floor, and underneath it, you may as well use sawdust, but I personally do not use sawdust. I rather use rice bran. And in fact, this is rice husk, and it's very cheap. It's around here is 30 naira per kg, which is very cheap. I prefer it to using the sawdust. Now, the essence of this is just to insulate the ground, to reduce the coldness of this room. And I also have these sheets here is just to make sure they don't have access to the rice husk I have on the floor, because at this moment they cannot distinguish between the normal food and anything else. So that is the reason why I have to use these things to cover the rice husk I already put on the floor. I hope you understand why I did that. Now, after like 3 to 4 days, they would have acclimatized themselves. They would be able to differentiate between feed and non-feed. So by then, I can remove these splitted sacks. I can remove it, and also by then, it's very possible I remove these charcoal coal pots, or I can as well leave it for a whole 1 week. So, a quick recap of what I just said is that I have this just to heat up this room above room temperature so that they will not be feeling cold. At this moment of their age, they need warmth. If you want to reduce mortality, you have to heat up your birds, especially for the first 3 days. For the first 3 days, if you cannot heat them up, try and look for airtight room where you're going to brood them. So if you're able to do that, then I can vouch that your birds would do exceedingly well. At the same time, falling back to the previous video I shared with you, I told you part of the reasons why your birds are not growing properly, or the reason why you are not having uniform birds is because most of these birds, they do not have access to feeds. Most of them do not have access to feeds, and that is the reason why some of them eventually will not be able to grow. They will not be able to grow. Just for instance, now I told you I have 200 birds in here, and let's assume I only placed 4 trays. Just take a look at the tray. See the way they clustered here. That's the same way, even when they are not eating, they prefer to rest on their feet like that. And thereby, the other ones that are willing to eat, they will not have access to it. But once you have it in abundance, the other ones that wants to eat, they'll be able to eat. And that is the reason why you need to provide this in abundance. If you are able to do that, your birds will grow uniformly, and also you will be able to reduce the amount of mortality. So, ladies and gentlemen, another thing worthy of note is that you have to provide drinking water round the clock. You have to provide feed around the clock, especially for the first 4 weeks. For the first 4 weeks, that's not the time for you to be rationing the feeds for them. They need the feeds and they need the water non-stop, as well as their medication. This period is the only period whereby you can vaccinate them, and the vaccination is going to work. If you are to vaccinate a 5 weeks old bird, there is probability of them not surviving. But if you had done it at the day old or at the tender age, it's very possible you will record less mortality. So it's advisable, like now, today being their day one, by next week Tuesday, they are going to clock a week. So by then, I'm going to give them either first dose of Lasota or the first dose of Gumboro vaccination. Those are the main, let me say, the commonest vaccines we use for broiler meat chicken production, Gumboro and Lasota. So if you want to know more about them, you can just read up on Gumboro and Lasota. So ladies and gentlemen, if you wish to learn more about how to brood or how to raise broiler meat chicken to maturity, feel free to chat me up or comment under this video. That being said, if you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly ensure you subscribe to my channel, because I'm actually doing this for you and also for my own record purpose. So ladies and gentlemen, maybe I should just show you the sisters. have to lock this place up so that the warmth will increase. So we are going to the, can you see my chicken? My turkey. My turkey. Okay, so I hopefully when they are 2 weeks old, they will come in here. Okay, and just like I told you in the previous video, the reason why your birds are not growing uniformly, they happen to these ones. These ones, they are like 3 kg plus, and these ones here, they are less than 3 kg. In fact, I have like 2 of them that are just 2 kg. I have some that are just 2 kg, and most of them now, they are around 2.3 kg, whereas I sold some that were 3.7 kg as at last week Friday. So to avoid that, that is the reason why I had to split the the feeder on the floor so that they will all have access to feeds. Now let me show you something again. Can you see that in here I have feeds in their feeding troughs? Some are eating and some are sleeping. It all started from when they were small. By the time the bigger ones are not allowing them to eat, they will succumb. And you know the survival of the fittest. They will succumb, and by the time they want to eat, there's no feed. So that is part of the reason why I said you have to provide feed round the clock. If you're able to provide the feed round the clock, especially by the time the bigger boys, the bigger girls have already eaten, these feeble ones, these weak ones will be able to have access to feed as well. But if by the time they are ready to eat, they do not have any feed, then they eventually be the one to die. And that is what really happened most of the time. There are also those ones that are always prone to diseases. Exactly, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you derive value watching this and you think I should do more of this for you, I'm always at your beck and call. I am always here to help you, to also help myself, of course. These ones, by tomorrow or day after tomorrow, they will be gone because I had to raise them to 2.5 and above before I can just sell them. By the time I dress it, it will be giving me body weight of 1.8, 1.7 kg. And these ones, I can boldly say, these ones will give me 2 point something above as body weight by the time I dress them. When I say dress, I mean by the time I remove their feather, I remove their head, their necks, and also their legs, and also the intestine. That is what we say when we say we dress a chicken. I hope you understand. So, ladies and gentlemen, to your success and to my progress, if there's anything you think I know or you think I could be of assistance, feel free to contact me. I'm always here to assist. I'm always here to assist. My WhatsApp number is on my bio, so you can always go to my about section to get my phone number. You can always reach out to me via WhatsApp, or just give me a call. Give me a call. So I'm going to end this video right now, and I'm going to say bye for now. Thanks for joining. Bye.